That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bit. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yes, so yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Afternoon. Oh, that was a big hot so.
Sorry.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody is well. Welcome back to Last Minute Live. We sat there last night, or we actually yesterday morning. Weren't sure we was going to do another one, but we thought we would. So here we are. Something quick and easy today. Nothing high tech. Just for a bit of a chat and a bit of fun, really. Going to be turning a piece of cherry that I got off my good friend Scott last time I was down there. I've cut a piece out of it. There's quite a few cracks in it, but I've managed to get a piece that ain't too bad. So hopefully we're going to get a nice cherry bowl out of it. It's a bit rough, but we need to round her off, so we'll crack on with that. So other than that, I hope you all had a marvellous Christmas, as good as you could have anyway. With obviously the current situation in the UK. Obviously, most of the UK went into Tier 4 on Boxing or early hours or Christmas night stroke Boxing Day morning. So obviously people can't get together and this, that and the other, but you have to do what you can do. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. Well, I hope everybody had a good time, to be honest, as good as they could have. I'm going to make a start rough round in this, and Nick, my lovely wife, who's in the background, as you can hear,
Hello.
We'll go through the chat and welcome you all in. So
Before I go, Douglas has asked cherry funnel.
Cherry funnel. Always.
Right. Good afternoon, you lovely people. Right, here we go. First in was Woodwisby by Colin. We've got Douglas Mungham. Festive greetings from Mike Yu. Barry's Woodturning. Malcolm Douglas. Paul Lockwood. Leroy 500. Andy H is for turning. Spinning Wood Dodger. John S. Circular Wood by Keith. Pete from Twister Trees. We also have Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Tommy's Workshop. Steve Scott, you're ever so loud. TJ Turnen. Robert Nye. IDR Woodturning. Ruby Clare. Benjamin, Robert Robson, Rob CP, Jappy Mates, Robert Dolman, Ian Leonard, Barry's Wood Creations, and Pops is in.
Pops, good afternoon.
And Doug Miller Doug Miller at Wood Spun Round. Someone called Chris Glanville in. Oh, you've been in our chat before. Welcome, Chris. And I think that's everyone. Anyone I've missed, I do apologise, but welcome to Steve's channel today.
Welcome all. Hope you had a good Christmas, everybody. So as you can see, it's really out of shape. So basically,
A bit like you.
Yeah, I'm out of shape. I'm seriously out of shape. So I'm basically just trying to get this rough round using the 1/2 inch bowl gouge. So as we can get a bit of meat cut off of it, we can start speeding the lathe up a little bit.
Stuart Hayes, the Mank Turner is on.
Good afternoon.
Matty Webb's on.
Hello, Mr. Webb. I've just got to say hello to Matthew Webb because Matthew is my next door neighbour, and bless him, before Christmas he was COVID positive, and bless him, he spent all Christmas in hospital.
And it's his birthday.
Yes, his birthday today. So everybody say hello to Matthew and wish him a happy birthday, please.
And he's one of the good guys. He's a
he's on the ambulance crews just like Scott, and he is a good guy. He's a really good guy. So I really hope you get better soon, Matt. I really do. I miss you.
So Benjamin wants to know who got some awesome wood turning related presents.
I did. I got a Simon Hope inertia sander, and I also got a Simon Hope hollowing tool. So thank you very much, my lovely wife. So now we've got a bit of that unevenness off there. We can speed up a little bit.
Keith put, Matt, sorry to hear you have to put up with Steve.
That's why he went, Keith, to get away from me. Peace and quiet. Don't taste very nice.
Brian at Heartwood Turning is on.
Hi, Brian. There's quite a bit of puckiness in there. Might have to put some super glue in there if we can't turn that out.
Douglas Mungham got a Joe Sonia iridescent paint starter pack.
Oh, nice. You won't be disappointed with that.
Robbo's wife said he's got enough tools. Mark said he got beer. Does that count?
Beer?
Andy H returned. I got a lovely piece of Lingham Vitae, 8-inch long by 4-inch diameter.
Lingham Vitae.
Sorry.
That's what bowling balls are made out of.
Jennifer's on.
Hello, Jennifer. Hope you're well. Shouldn't talk and turn because I always get a mouthful.
Festive greetings from Mike. Said he cut some nice small box banks yesterday for himself.
Nice. So I'm just going to do...
Robert said, and Nikki said you haven't been a good boy.
Yeah.
Barry said, hope you haven't been affected by the flooding locally. No, we've been very lucky actually,
With the
haven't
wind
we?
we had as well, yeah. No.
And the wind was terrible. But to be honest, it was quite. We thought that at least like some of the things had been knocked over, like the bird table and that, but it weren't, was it? Just
No, it wasn't. It was good.
it clearly sounded worse than what it was. We have no one else's trampoline in our garden or item of anyone else's, so.
Right, so as you can see, there's quite pucky, that wood. So we might be able to turn a bit of that out, but we'll be able to see more when we turn it. Make sure the bark is still tight on there. Don't want that coming out and smacking me in the chin.
Right. Paul Lockwood said, Nikki, as you bought Steve all those wonderful wood turning toys, did he at least get you the flowers? No, I didn't get flowers, but I got a beautiful ring and some lovely presents as well. So I was very spoilt. So I'm not going to keep on about the flowers now. Tommy's Workshop said no one has enough tools.
Never.
You'd say that, wouldn't you, mate?
Never have enough tools.
And Matt would agree because he knows where to come if he needs a tool.
Yeah.
Wood Dude's on.
Good afternoon, wood dude. Right, let's find the centre of that. It's very dusty, that bit of wood. Very dusty. Right, let's see if we can find the middle.
Colin said he got a Rutland's Workbench, Swan Neck chisel and Simon Hope scraper.
Oh, nice. Someone got spoilt then. So we're going to put a mortise in the bottom of that. As always.
Benjamin said we had wind here too many sprouts. Brent Beecroft is on and Duncan the Demon Barber.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. No, we had up to 75-mile-an-hour winds here last night and they were howling well. So we've been quite lucky. We've not had any major damage.
Douglas said, Nikki, so you should be. Oh, yes, I should be spoilt. And Pete from Twisted Tree said, no need to keep on about the flowers, Nikki. We got that one for you.
We did actually go past Tesco's on Christmas Eve and we was going to go and get some. But you said, because there was a big queue.
Oh, I did not.
You did.
You are such a fibber.
You did. Don't make people feel sorry for you.
Paul Lockwood said, never had enough tools, but the problem is where to put them. Need a bigger shed.
Yeah, definitely. More shelves, bigger shed.
Andy H said, Paul, I know what you mean.
So I'm just going to put a few rings on this just to give it a little bit of...
Oh my God, Paul Lockwood lives in Cumbria.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he said they've had just rain, quite calm, just rain. We love Cumbria, don't we?
We do.
Door 60 is on.
Hi, Door.
Douglas Mungham's in the Isle of Wight. He said recorded 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Blimey.
I hope everything stayed
where
it
it's
should
supposed
be.
to be. Yeah, where it should be. Right, so we'll shape this now. Like I say, hopefully we can turn some of this puckiness out.
Paul said, I'm sure Nikki would have been happy to sit in the car for 30 minutes while Steve queued for flowers. Can you hear him chopping carrots?
Just for
I'll
Mark.
do it a bit louder so you can hear it. To use my new steamer.
And no, before you ask, I didn't buy the steamer.
No, he didn't. Tommy's Workshop said, I'm stood in a cold workshop cutting sanding discs on a laser for a mate. Need more tea. Colin said, great time to go to the woods and look for windfalls, lol.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a wander out yesterday, didn't we? We just needed some fresh air and blow the cobwebs away before the rain came.
So
we're having our Christmas dinner today, didn't we? Yes, Nick.
Yes, dear, we are.
If you don't start answering, I am armed. I have a knife.
I wouldn't say it was a Christmas dinner, but
Well, no, because no one likes turkey.
so let's just try and get that bit more curved on the bottom there. But it's a nice piece of wood, that. Shame about that pucky bit, you know. So.
Ah, right. Douglas said he's not in the Isle of Wight on the news. He's in Walton on the Naze, Essex coast. Paul Lockwood said, back to the roast dinners. I still ended up cooking most of dinner Christmas Day.
We didn't actually have a Christmas dinner, did we?
No. Really, we hadn't ate that much, have we? We've still got loads of sweets.
No, because we do it most of the year.
We've just got tons of stuff left. Mark just said, it's all very well getting new tools, but it's hard figuring out where to put your new 700mm gouges. Hey, Steve. Paul said he did refuse to do the washing up that didn't go in the dishwasher. Don't blame you. Pete said, don't tell my wife, but just looked at my arm and realised the sleeve was from my new jumper, not my workshop one. Whoops.
Oh dear. You're in trouble.
Greg Alexander's on.
Hello, Greg. How are you doing, sir? Hope you are well. So, I think I'm going to...
Steve, what lathe you got? I'm after a new one. Is it a good one? I'll keep cutting out.
Who's that from?
IDR Woodturning.
I have the Record Power CL4. Yes, it is a very good lathe. The two things I don't... Well, not two things. Things I'd like it to have that it hasn't got is a spindle lock, which would be really handy, and also a reverse. If I had those, it would be awesome. But I think they've stopped making the CL4 now. I think their Herald has taken its place. So, but yeah, it's a very good. Yeah, I've had issues with it for the last few months. That it keeps cutting out every now and again. But Record will sort it. I'm not worried about that.
Just waiting till the new year, aren't you?
Yeah. So let's have a quick look. Still got that. I still think I need to put some super glue in there so we can get that a final turn. So what I'm going to do, get rid of all the crud off me. Get some fine super glue to start with.
You need to start thinking of different things to turn because you're always doing bowls at the minute.
Well, unfortunately, with a lathe, that's the most thing you can turn as a bowl. So give us a soak of fine super glue to start with, and then we'll put some medium over the top of it. I'm not worried about sand and sealer because I'm going to turn it back off anyway, so I'm not worried about the marks on it.
Colin said his 320 has reverse and spindle lock, lol.
Yeah. Yeah, the newer ones have got them. Cool, look at that baby smoke. Don't want to be breathing that in, that's for sure. A little bit of activator. Cool, can put the extractor on. She's smoking well.
Andy H said he's got an Axminster lathe, the AT406WL.
Yeah, Axminster make a nice lathe.
That do stink. Dye Prout is on. Hello.
I die.
Barry said, from Barry's Woodturn, yeah, Steve the Herald is brilliant. Paul Lockwood said, the one thing I don't like about the record power is the round bars on the bed.
It's falls and against for everything, and the good thing with round is you've not got a mass that you're dragging your banjo over. You're only on 2 pivot points. When you've got flat bars, you're running over the whole width of the bar. To be honest, when they're done up tight, they're still the same grip and power.
Jappy's got a question.
Yellow is the answer.
Is Steve doing colour today?
No colour today, mate. Just a basic traditional bowl. So I just that's a bit of super thin super glue. So I'm now going to put a piece of this is medium, over the top of it.
Ben said that's why he keeps making funnels. It's a dodgy lathe, nothing to do with his skills. I got your back, Steve. Krafts with Blake is on.
Hello, Blake. How you doing, sir? Or young man, should I say? Right, so just give that a spray.
Douglas Mungham said, Nikki, off-centre vase or platter?
I haven't done a platter for quite a while, actually, have I?
Colin said, I bet that stinks.
I've got the extraction on now, Colin, so hopefully it should be blowing it outside. So just give that a couple of seconds to dry. Right, so let's just spin it up, mine out of the way, make sure we don't get no super glue coming out of it. Nope.
Oh, Baz is on from Real Simple Things.
Alright, Baz, how you doing, mate? Right, so let's finish the shape of this off. Got a little bit of a high spot there I want to try and get rid of. So just actually use a 3/8 bowl gouge. So let's see how that looks. Feels better. Yeah, it feels better. It's not so pucky now.
Midnight Joker's on.
Hi, Mike. Right, so I think one more final pass over that and we will be there. It's a pretty piece of wood.
Terry from TJ Turner said, Steve, how about doing some spindle work? Lots you could make. Nikki on the carrots again, I hear. Yep.
Yeah, I've not done a lot of spindle work, to be honest. Just going to turn this base off. Oops, don't knock like that, you know. Yeah, I've not done a lot of spindle work.
Oh, it's Midnight Joker's birthday today as well.
Oh, is it? Happy birthday, Mike. Alright, so I think we have our rough shape. So let's get it sanded up. So I'm going to use my new Christmas present to sand this up with. My bowl turning inertia sander that my wife bought me. Extractor. So I'm going to sand this from 80 grit to 240. And then we're going to use some Yorkshire grit on it.
Nick Castle is on.
Who?
And Nick Castle.
Hi Nick, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been before, don't recognise the name. So I can see a dart piece in there. I don't know if I'm missing a bit or whether there's a divot in there or whether that's the... Oh, I think I might be where the super glue is actually.
Right, you've got a question. Steve, you just did a globe video. Which for spindle work, or did you record that ages ago?
The glow video I actually did with a bowl gouge. If you're on about the snow globe, I actually did that with a bowl gouge, and I think I did use a spindle on it, a spindle gouge, but only for little parts of it, not a lot of it.
Mike Hughes is on.
Hi Mike.
No, not Mike. Mick, sorry.
Hi Mick.
Benjamin's got a question. If you flick your sander, does it keep spinning, or do the magnets cause it to stop instantly?
No, it doesn't spin. As soon as you do that, it's solid. No, it doesn't carry on running.
Steve Scott said he used embellishing wax for the first time a couple of weeks ago, had a better effect without sand and sealer.
Who's that? Scott Blue Light Turner?
Steve Scott, no,
Oh,
Steve
right.
Scott.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think the reason why we sand and seal at first is so it doesn't actually soak into the wood. Because obviously embellishing wax is just to enhance the grain. But it's down to each individual's preference, really. There's no wrong and there's no right about it. Right, so that's 80. Oh man, I'm running out of 80. Hello, Robbo. Hope you're well, bud.
He was on earlier.
Yeah, I know he was. I've only just seen his comment come up in the chat, though.
He's going to bed.
Oh, is he? I don't blame him.
Yeah, he said it's 12:30, so bedtime. Good night all. Stay safe.
Night, mate. Have a good night.
Christine and Michael Heseltine's on.
Oh, good afternoon, Christine and Michael. Hope you're both well. Right, so dropping everything now. So this is 120 grit. And I'm just going to finish this with Yorkshire grit and then a wax.
So
No, for
Benjamin said, yeah, that's the same as mine then. I feel like my non-magnetic Sorby sander spins much faster than my Simon Hope one. Feels like Sorby is doing a better job.
I don't know. I haven't tried them side by side, but I will do.
Woodturning by Brandstrup is on.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you? Or madam, sorry. So last one, 240. I've got to stop putting the used ones back in the tray.
Lawrence is on. Got a
Hi,
funny
Lawrence.
surname, I can't pronounce that.
Right, so that's 240. So nice and smooth. So we do now.
Baz has put sand and bowls. Do 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 do. Mike's put new veg popping cam for Nikki. Spinning Witch Dodger said he was going to try and make one of those sanders.
All right. Yeah, I know what Ben's saying because if you look at the Robert Sorby one, when you spin it, it carries on spinning for a few seconds, but that's quite mine. The bearing's on its way out now because it's quite loose. But when you look at the Simon Hope one, the bearing's a lot tighter. But the bearing actually, I don't know, because the bearing's actually buried inside, so no dirt should be able to get to it. Where the Robert Sorby one, the bearing's exposed. So I don't know. I'll take that apart and have a look at that.
Lewis Klondike Craftsman's on.
Hi, Lewis. How you doing, sir? So we'll give this a coat of sand and sealer. Which should make it bounce. Oh, look at that. Can you get your noise down?
Oh, sorry, did you say something? Jappy said he's got to go.
See you later,
Go
Jappy.
to the shop.
Thanks for coming over, mate.
Mark said he thinks the Hope Sander is by far the most superior one. It's like everything though, isn't it? Everyone's got their own preference.
Yeah, I mean, for the price the Robert Sorby one is, which is about 30 quid, I think, they're a good, I mean, they're not bad. But it's like anything, you start off with any trade you always start off with a lower quality tool and then gradually build them up. So I'm not going to say the Sorby one is better than the Hope. I'm not going to say the Hope one's better than the Sorby one. But like you say, it's down to everybody's preference.
Ruby wants to know what kind of sand and sealer you use.
This is the one I've just put on there. Is the No, it's not. It's the Chestnut Products Cellulose Sand and Sealer. I thin it down 50-50. No, 60-40. 60% cellulose sand and sealer, 40% cellulose thinners, because I find it's a little bit too thick otherwise. But I do also use the Hampshire Sheen one, which is that one, which I use a lot when I'm colouring, and that is pre-thinned. So you don't need to do anything with that one. It's just shake it up and take it straight out of the tin.
Matt said he's back again, pills and meds time. That's looking good.
Thank you, Matthew.
Colin said, I've got the Hope one. Can't get on with it. Steve, overhead cam looks darker brown than tail end cam.
Yes, that's the cameras. Unfortunately, I can't really do a lot about that. I've spent hours messing around with them to try and get them looking the same, but I just can't get
Matt's put, Christ, Nick, how many carrots you chopping?
it.
Only a small bag, but I have to keep stopping because I'll get bored.
So sand and seal, no, not sand and seal. Yorkshire grit. This will take us up to 1,000 grit, depending on how much we work it in.
Paul
So
says thinning the sand and sealer just helps it dry quicker.
that helps it soak in the wood better as well. So if it's too thick,
And
it don't soak in.
Barry's Wood Creations has got to go.
See you later, Barry. Thanks for coming over, mate. So I'm now working this in. This abrasive will cut its way in and give us a nice silky smooth finish with no dust, which is the actual idea of it. This will take us, the original Yorkshire grit will take us up to about 1,000 grit, depending on how well you work it in. You don't need no major pressure. You just gently working it over the wood to let the materials in it break down and sand back the actual wood itself. If you was to go over it with microfine, that would take it up to around about 2,000 grit. So like I say, the benefits is there's no dust, which is the reason why Glyn designed it in the first place. So we're just gently going to work this in. You'll feel when the abrasive starts to wear out on it, because you won't hear the cut and compound working so much. So I'm just going to speed the lathe up a little bit, just to use the last bit of the cut and compound. Yorkshire grit's not a finish, it's an abrasive paste. Even though it's got beeswax in it, it really needs a finish over the top of it. Whether it be lacquer, wax, whatever you want to put over it. So you see, so what I'm going to do now is just get a clean bit of tissue, and we'll get the excess off that we don't want, ready to apply our finish. So what you're looking for is so pull your tissue away. As you can see, it's still a little bit on there. You're looking to pull your tissue away, and there's no trail of the Yorkshire grit on
Douglas Mungan put, Steve, where is Glyn? You've said Yorkshire grit more than twice now.
it.
Sleeping off the alcohol, I think.
Yeah, especially if I was in a hangout last night. So that's what we're looking for, clean tissue. So we know we've got all the beeswax off, like that. And we end up with a nice silky smooth piece. Look at that.
You didn't say the B word, did you?
No, I didn't say the B word. So what we want to do now is put our finish over it. So I'm going to use Wood Wax 22 for this, because I always use microcrystalline, so I thought I'd try Wood Wax for a change.
Right, so Spin and Wood Dodger said, if you're using Yorkshire grit, do you need sand and sealer?
Yeah, yes, you do really, because if not, the beeswax is going to soak into the wood. And
Lewis has said you don't need sand and sealer, no.
yeah, you do really. If you ask Glyn or anybody else who use it, they always recommend to sand and seal it first. Ask Mark, he'll tell you that. Because he's got it real on his tin.
And Di said, had anyone had reactions with finishers over Yorkshire grit? Once I'm happy it's worked off, I give a quote of MEFs, but still wondering about the remaining wax.
No, you should be fine. I never. The only time I know, Wayne the Woodturner did a demo or a live showing that you could colour over Yorkshire grit by putting meths over it to take away the excess beeswax. But if you're just putting wax over it, it shouldn't be a problem. I've not had any issues. So, but I haven't coloured over Yorkshire grit. I never colour if I'm going over Yorkshire grit. So we're just going to buff this up. Don't need no major pressure. We're letting the actual wax do the job, because if you put too much pressure on, you just burn the wax off of it. So just a nice light run over it.
It's cold in here, though.
Turn the heater up then.
You've got a heater, you took it away.
It's that little red remote control on the side. Press the up button.
The what?
Press the
Up.
yeah, because that'll say please wait, and that'll come up with a temperature.
That says 24 degrees.
That's what it is in here.
No,
But
it ain't. It's 20 up there.
keep pressing the up until that'll speed the fan up to kick more heat out. Right, so still got a
See
few
what happens.
dull spots on there. I want to try and get out. Let's have a look. See if we can get these dull spots out. Ideally, the wax should have been left a few minutes to soak in.
Colin said that's a gorgeous chunk of wood, Steve.
Yeah, it's a pretty piece of wood, to be honest.
Blake's off.
See you later, Blake.
Leroy said he likes the grain.
It's a pretty piece of wood.
Right, Pete from Twisted Tweed said he's turning a bit of burr, got some inclusions in the bottom of the bowl inside. Do I fill with coffee grounds or CA or leave them?
I'd leave them personally. Put a bit more wax on that. I'm not happy with that. Could buff it with the buff on wheel, I suppose, but once it's done.
Bennett in 24 in here, it's only 20.
That's because the temperature gauge is near the outlet pipe.
Huey Lyons hats on.
All right, Huey, how you doing, bud? All right, so let's buff it off again. Thing is, you can put more coats of wax over it to give you a better shine. So, like I say, it should really be left a few minutes to let the wax soak in. Let's try that. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. All right, so let's get it flipped and hog the middle out. So where the wood is soft, when you're sanding, you never get a perfect round out of it because where the wood is soft, you're sanding that soft piece away quicker. So you end up like little inclusions in it. Is that the word, inclusions? Is that the word?
Ruby said, nice finish.
Thank you, Ruby. So let's put that wax away before we get shavings in it and get this middle turned out. I'm not going for a major thin bowl. Don't need to. Keep it
Matt said
rusty.
gorgeous. I reckon he just was talking about you, not the bowl.
Thanks, Matt. So we'll get this turned out. So I'm
Hope
gonna take
they're
this.
feeding you well in hospital,
Well, according
Matthew.
to the look of the dinner he had. Right, I need to sharpen my gouge. My gouge is a bit blunt.
Funnel finish, Steve.
Who said that? Douglas Mungham?
He don't have a lot of faith in you, do you, babe?
I don't think he ever puts a comment. Not a comment, but I don't think he actually ever says anything without putting funnel on.
Matt put, dear God, it's not the best, eh? They're trying, though.
Right,
Because you can't have no visitors, so I don't suppose you can have anything brought up to you.
that cut a bit better.
Dale's on. Dale from Make Repeat Studios. Hello, Dale. But afternoon, purple people.
Hello, Dale.
Eaters.
How you doing, mate?
Steve, how are you going to colour the top, Douglas asked.
Sorry?
Douglas asked, are you going to colour the top?
I weren't going to. Everybody want colour. So I'm going to turn that in there, give me a little bit of support.
Spinning Wood Dodger said, why would you want to colour cherry?
It's a very pretty piece of wood, I must say.
Mick G said might look nice with a dark stained rim.
I don't know if I want to colour it, to be honest. That's too nice. Got that soft bit in there. That is really soft in there. Check that, because that's really soft in there. Oh yeah, that's that pucky bit, isn't it? Yeah, look at it. That is really soft. Right, let me get a bit of tape and mark that where I take it out of the chuck, and then we'll get some super glue in the bottom of that. So, mark number 1, so we know where to put it back in. I know the chuck should be uniformed and equal, but I'd rather mark it now and I'll get it back where it come from than actually mess it about. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of sand and seal around that, so we don't stain the inside too much, because I noticed we had a little bit of staining around the outside of the other one. And then we'll try and pour some super glue in there and harden it up a little bit.
John N is on.
Who, sorry? John N.
John N.
Hi, John. Right, so as like before, we'll put some fine in to.
Nick Red is on. He said Millie Put is brilliant for filling soft tears.
Yeah, good shout. I'm going to try and harden it up before we get that far, hopefully. Extraction on because that's smoking well. That should blow it outside then. The fumes. Don't know if you can see that smoking. Like I say, I know we're going to turn a lot of that away, so hopefully that'll soak through and harden that up to so when we turn it away,
Dr.
we'll.
Bob's on.
Hi Robert, how you doing, sir? Hope you're well.
Got 3 inches of snow.
Really, you lucky man, you.
Right, I'm going to have to go. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Just run that around a little bit. So that should soak in, and hopefully when we turn it down, it should be hard where we want it. Just let that dry off a little bit. I better put my hand in the sand and sealer. So that should be about dry. A couple of seconds. So number 1. Where's number 1? There it is. Right, Stephen. Right, so that should be roughly back where we left it. So we just spin it up, make sure we don't get no super glue flying out in our face. So hopefully we can carry on now without any issues. looks like. See if there's any better. Yeah, it's a lot better. Nice and hard now. So we can now, I'm going to go to the 3/8 bowl gouge now. So it gives me a little bit tighter cut. We'll see what we can finish off. So I need to bring it up just a little tiny bit, I think. So just check our make sure we're equal. Yeah, just need a little bit more out of the bottom, I think. So just check that. Right, I think we're getting pretty close. Let me just check it with my depth gauge. Oh no, we've got a good 3/4 of an inch yet. Gouge is a bit bloody high now. Oops. So let's go for it. Double check. Right. Oh, we're getting close now. I can feel it. So just double check. Right, so we are about there. So we've got a little bit. I think I'm just gonna take another pass off of this to give us a little bit thinner wall.
Have you answered some of these questions or not?
No, I haven't. I've been doing this.
Right, okay, doke. Ruby said she's got closer to 5 inches of snow.
Oh, bloody hell.
John said on his farm you got about a foot. Spin and Wood Dodgers said, what super glue are you using and where'd you get it from?
I will show you in a second. Just can't get this blooming tool rest right. 1 minute that's too high, that's too low. Right, super glue I use is, this is a new one that I'm trying, to be honest, called Bond Fix. I got it off of eBay. I believe it came in 5 tubes for, I'd like to say about 12 quid. You don't get no activator with it, so I've had to buy the activator separate, but it's actually a super glue that's used for double glazing. So I thought I'd give it a bash. And it seemed to be a bit cheaper than the stuff I was using before, which was about 7 or 8 quid a tube. So
Paul Smith is on.
hi Paul.
And Colin said not using your new hollowing tool.
No, I'm not. I need to have a practice with that off camera
Mm-hmm.
because I know they're a bit aggressive. So I'm just going to clean out the bottom
Don't
of
want to
this.
get it dirty.
No, I'm just going to clean the bottom of this out with the negative rate scraper.
You said
Really.
bottom.
You've got just a little tiny bit. So where we've got that pucky bit, it's just causing me a little bit of a bump there where that pucky bit is because it's bouncing. So I just need to try to address that with a bowl gouge, really. So see if we've got it. Feels like it. So we address that now. I'll try it with the scraper. If not, I'll just have to address it with sandpaper. Right, I think we've got it. So as we can see where we had that bit of puckiness there, that's a bit, well, it was soft, but still a little bit softer than the actual wood, but we'll just sand it now and see how it comes out. Just need to clean this edge up on this rim because it's a little bit, got a little bit of a divot in it, which is just there, so we just clean up a little tiny bit. Like that. That's nice. It's that nice, let's just cut me. Sharp edge on there, get rid of that. Right, so I'm going to use a drill to sand this.
You got some tissue.
What for?
You said it cut you.
Oh, I'm too tight to bleed.
Get
It's
the
only
soup
gone.
glue out.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise. I would do if that was bleeding, but it's not bleeding. It's only through the first layer of skin. So I'm going to sand this with the drill. And again, sand up to 240. I'm going to finish it with Yorkshire grit. Just get rid of that sharp edge. We don't want that on there.
Mark said thinner, thinner, thinner,
Say again.
thinner, thinner, thinner.
Who said that, Mark?
Yeah. Douglas Mangum said, Steve, it looks great.
Thank you.
Oh, Benjamin said his brother He's visiting his girlfriend in Portugal, and he just sent him a picture of what they're eating today. It's a whole suckling pig, head and all.
Ugh.
Doug Miller said thinner.
No, that won't look right if I spin her. And with that puckiness, that'll end up flying apart. If that was a good piece of wood, then I'd go for it. But because it's not a good piece of wood, right, let's check that. See, because that there is actually atrocious, that bit there. That's really bad. So I'm not going to go no thinner. Because it will fly apart out of me, I think it will. So 120, 240. Look at Nick. I just pooed my pants in.
I even took the bike off. Oh, sorry. Oh,
Right, I think we're there. So that's 240. Right, let's blow this. Alright, what's going on in the chat then, Hank?
you don't want to know. I'll tell you later.
No, tell me.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're on about thumbs up and that.
Alright, I don't care. I do it because I enjoy it and I like interaction. I don't give a monkeys what people think. Right.
Right, Mick D said I wouldn't finish the inside today. Steve, get some pentacryl on it.
Never heard of that.
No. Matt said no nails sorts everything. Douglas Moan said blessings, Nikki.
Well, I personally think I don't know what to do with that really because that is really soft. I'm going to put some sand and sealer over it and see what happens because at the end of the day, worst come to worst, we can always get rid of it. We can always sand it back again, so it's not an issue. And hopefully sand and sealer might actually harden up a little bit. So if I pour a little bit on there. Let's soak that in. Easy, don't go down there.
They're out delivering parcels today.
Who is?
Amazon.
Oh, are they? What's Chloe's covers coming, are they?
Covers?
I ordered some covers for a watch.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he come here. No, they went next door. Mick Do said it's hardener solution.
All right. Never heard of it. I'll look it up, Mick. Thank you very much. So just get a coat of this on. So I'm just pushing that in there really because you can see us soaking that up nicely.
I bet Mark just done that.
What?
Whistle. He said he likes to make your phone whistle the other day.
Right, so is that just another coat of sand and sealer?
Doug Miller said looks great.
Thank you, Doug.
And Mick Do says Turner's Retreat cellar.
Right, okay, thank you, Mick. I will have a look. It could be a bit like the we use a Couponol stuff to do called wood rot, which we use when we're doing like our wooden frames or things like that. That we put, that's like a watery liquid that just soaks up and hardens the wood. So it could be similar to that. Right, so we'll let that dry for a little bit because there's quite a bit of sand and sealer on there. Let's have a read of the chat then. See what's going on.
We're just talking about things. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
So the way I look at it is, the way I look at this, now I don't want to offend anybody by saying this. The way I look at it is as long as you, whoever's doing the live, or whoever's doing the project, whoever's doing the turn, or anything else that's on YouTube, as long as you personally enjoy what you're doing, who cares what anybody else thinks? The reason I do this, for two reasons. Number one is I enjoy the interaction with you guys. The second reason is I enjoy what I do. So as long as I enjoy what I'm doing, I don't care whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. That doesn't affect me because I still enjoy the interaction and doing the project. If people want to be so small-minded and come over just to give people a thumbs down to try and upset them or hurt them or offend them, then all I can say is I feel sorry for you. That's all I can say.
Well, it's still classed as a view, isn't it?
It's still classed as interaction with the channel, whether it's good or it's bad.
And that's what I just said on the chat, was that they're the ones that are stupid because it's still classed as a view, whether they do thumbs up or thumbs down.
Well, it's still classed as not. It's still classed as interaction. It's not good for your good for the channel because obviously it goes. You get a percentage of whether you get thumbs up. If you say, for instance, you do 10, you get 10 views. 8 of those are or 2 of those are thumbs down. You're still classed as 80% good. So it's. But all I can say is if you come over just to give a thumbs down, then I feel sorry for you because I personally, if I was watching a YouTube video that I didn't like, I would just leave. I wouldn't even attempt to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down because that's not me. I can personally say that I've never ever gave a thumbs down to any channel. I've put comments on people's channels to, not criticisms, but tried to say, look, this isn't safe, that's not safe, I didn't like what you did there, I don't agree with what you've said, blah, 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 but I'd never give a thumbs down. We are on the YouTube to not entertain, but to help others. So I don't know. Other than that, thumbs up, thumbs downs don't bother me. I know people get upset about and people knock them off their channel. People don't like to see what they've got. It doesn't bother me. I don't really give a monkey's what people think of me. As long as you guys in the chat enjoy what I do, and as long as I enjoy what I do, I don't care about anything else.
It's a pity the person that does the thumbs down doesn't give you the comment as to why.
Exactly. That's if I went on a channel and I didn't enjoy something, then I would I'd put it in the comments and say exactly.
Because if they feel you're doing something unsafe, then you want to know, don't you?
Which I've done. I've watched people's videos and they've done stuff that I feel unsafe, and I've commented and say, I think you could have done this. The reason why being is because, to me, this wasn't done safely. And when we're on YouTube, we've got to show people the proper way um, to do things we enjoy doing without hurting ourselves or others. Because we've got because people unfortunately watch us and think that is the correct way to do things. Now, this is why I don't do any electrics on lives or on videos. I always do electrics off camera because, again, I'm not a qualified electrician. I know a lot about electrics and I know enough to do what I need to do, but I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to show people on videos to do. I always state that if you need to do electrics, if you're not confident of doing it, then get a qualified electrician in to do it. So that's my opinion. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but that's the way I feel about thumbs up, thumbs down. So I apologise if I've offended anybody.
Right, so Douglas Mungham said, Steve, even with the soft spot, it looks great.
Thank you.
Andy H. Turner said, hear, hear, Steve. Mick Dews, oh, that's a different one. Di said, well said, Steve. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner said, well said, Steve. Brent Beecroft, well said, Steve. Nick Rudd, looks like they're clapping hands. Wood Wizardry by Colin, what a sad life they have, exactly. Benjamin, exactly, Steve. Oh, I've lost him. What have I done? Exactly, Steve. If I want to do my lives in the nude, I will. The thumbs down in the YouTube report and won't stop me.
Exactly.
Barry's Woodturn and thumbs up. Doug Miller said, well said, Steve. As a new contributor, I fully agree and I have the same attitude. Paul Lockwood said, I expect a few thumbs down, but you have to wonder about it if you get a very high percentages down. Rob CP said, well said, Steve. Steve Scott, spot on, Steve. Stuart Hayes, totally agree. Andy H, please don't bend, lol. Circular by Keith, totally agree with you, Steve. That's why I do my lives. Brian Hartwood Turner, I've never given a thumbs down either. Paul Smith, you carry on as you are, Steve. You do a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Douglas Mullingham, well done, Steve. Wood Wizardry by Colin, spot on, Steve. Rex B is on, give a thumbs up.
Hi, Rex. Thank you very much.
Bailey Woodworks is on. I always figure thumbs down still meant they gave me a view. Festive greetings from Mike. It's just trolls and scammers.
Yeah, exactly.
Ignore them. Door 60, well said, Steve. Mick Do said we wouldn't be here without the funnel, Steve, lol. Barry's Woodturner said, well said.
The funnel is my claim to fame, I hate to say.
Di said it's a worry when it's for business, like with our charity channel, but on personal level, they don't bother me. Paul Lockwood said one channel he watched pointed out safety issues, etc., and he just took the pee about it. He actually no longer shows his thumbs results as he was getting so many.
Yeah, I just think, unfortunately, in the community we're in, there are certain people who get the hump with things you do. At the end of the day, I'm like anybody else who does live demos. You have to do what's right for your channel. Yes, we're in a community. Yes, we support everybody else, but we have to do what's right for our channel and what we feel is right for our channel. And unfortunately, sometimes that means standing on other people's toes. But YouTube is a free broadcasting media, so that means you can broadcast when you want, where you want, how often you want, how long you want. If you wanted to do a video or a live every single day for 4 hours a day, you're entitled to do that. If other people don't like it, then unfortunately, it's tough. But what I will say is, you can open more than one window at a time. So if people want to support more than one channel, you're quite capable of doing that. And if you don't like my channel, then move on to the next channel. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you watch what you enjoy watching. Anyway, this
Right,
on a
let's
brighter
wait
note.
a minute, because you've got quite a few more comments here. Mike Hughes said, no need to apologise, Steve. Nick Castle said, totally agree. Ian Leonard, well said, Steve. No offence here, never give a thumbs down. Pete Twister Trees, well said, Steve. I try not to be dangerous online, but it is my way, not the way I tell others. Jennifer said, well said, Steve. I've just lost it again. Spinning Wood Dodger said, right, enough talk of the trolls. Now, please, we enjoy the demos that you guys give up your time to show us. Thanks very much.
You're more than welcome.
Robert Dolman said that's a striking looking vessel, Steve. Nice one.
Thank you.
Douglas said, Steve, turn it off. You're not bothered, are you, mate?
No, I'm not bothered. Don't
Matt,
bother me in the least.
giving you loads of thumbs up.
Who?
Matt Webb.
Hello, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Mark said, does that mean I can do my naked pole dancing, chainsaw juggling live tomorrow?
Yes, Mark.
We'll be on to watch that. Nick Castle said, it's the thumbs down before the video has started that annoys me.
Oh, don't let it bother you, mate. Don't let it bother you.
Your dad said, well done, son.
Thank you, Dad.
Doug Miller said, Mark, no, you can't. Andy H said, Mark, we could make an exception. Mick Doos, Mark, no, mate, we still expect that, lol. Midnight Joker said, that sounds safe enough, Mark. Benjamin said, as long as you have safety glasses, I don't see the problem, Mark. What time does it start, by the way?
Safety glasses. Safety glasses and knee-high socks.
Go for it, Mark. It's about 8 p.m.
Alright, let's just blow that Yorkshire grit out of there. Alright, let's get off of that subject anyway. Let's get on something more interesting.
Midnight Joker's off. He's got a couple of chores to do.
See you later, Mike. Thanks for coming over. Have a good, happy birthday. I believe it was your birthday day. Right, so just get the Yorkshire grit out of there. Right, so we've gone Yorkshire gritted it. So we're up to about 1,000.
Size off as well. Got to go help my dad shift a broken washing machine. Great live, great community, great people. Being a great help to me through tough times.
Well, we're here to help, Di. At the end of the day, the community helped me. So I just want to try and put a little bit back to help others, to be perfectly honest. Right, so...
wait a minute. Matt said constructive criticism is good. I like to see how you guys all share good working practices and ideas.
Alright, so let's give this a coat of wood wax 22.
Mike Hughes said, isn't there some way to make the lives closed, i.e. not widely advertised, less restricting the audience?
Well, you can do, but the idea is is to obviously drag, or not drag, but get as many viewers in as possible, because obviously it's good for the channel. I'm not going to close. I know some makers have closed their. If I want to do a private video demo, then I'll just send whoever wants to come into it the link for the video. Then that would be a private link or a private video. But I don't want to do that. I want people to come across from other places and see what I do and bring in some criticism into the channel and help others. Because the idea of doing the lives is to help others, to help the newbies. You mean I'm only a newbie? I've only been turning just over 2 years. And I'm learning all the time, and lucky enough I'm within a good crowd of you guys and other people that gives me good advice. And you know, I mean, some people obviously don't agree with what I do, some people do agree, but that's what the community is all about. We know we're not all going to do stuff that everybody likes, so it's about bringing new people in and getting new ideas in.
Benjamin said it's nice to have a good old ranting at Steve. You probably need an afternoon nap after that one.
I'm exhausted.
We've had too many afternoon naps, haven't we?
We have at the moment. Then you don't sleep at night.
No,
I'm not having a rant. I think people. I think. You mean I agree with the thumbs up, thumbs down. I think that's good for the interaction for the channel.
Andy H has got to go.
See you later, Andy. But I do feel that some people just think too much of them. They just, you know what I mean? They just look at them and think, oh my God, people are thumbs down me. I've got X amount of thumbs down. And who cares? As long as you enjoy it. The main thing about doing any hobby is that you enjoy what you're doing. Because as long as you enjoy it, you're doing it for your sanity, nobody else's. And it's just nice to have you guys in the room while I'm doing it.
Jennifer says that looks awesome, Steve.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Lawrence said, very nice Barlam from my side, always learning something new. Congratulations for your nice work and how to teach. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Douglas said, that looks like a big smile.
Right, so
Rob CP said he don't mind criticism, but I would like it said in a respectful way.
yeah, no, I agree with
Exactly.
that. Yeah, the way YouTube should do it is if you have to leave a thumbs down, you have to leave a reason why you've left it. Then that would get rid of a lot of trolls, and that would give people no such thing as negativity, but it'd be negative criticism, not negative. It'd be positive criticism. So people would be able to say thumbs down. The reason being is because blah 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 blah. I think that's the way YouTube should do it.
Mick D said, I've learnt loads from the lives and the chat this year. Been a lot of fun as well.
Right, I think we're there.
Colin said, we're all a big family and had nothing but encouragement and good advice.
Yeah,
IDR Woodturning, and a good thing about all the lives is everyone helps each other and wants other people to improve.
exactly.
Paul said, don't worry, Nikki, we still disagree about the flowers. Colin Woodwizardry, yep, IDR. Benjamin said, the lives are fantastic. I love seeing stuff in real time. Pre-recorded videos tend to skip out a lot of important bits.
Man, if you wouldn't have what I seen the snow globe I did in real time, you'd have been here for weeks.
Hodgepodge is on.
Hi, Robert. How you doing, sir?
Rob CP, I have tons of help in my lives and I truly appreciate it. Doug Miller revived the hashtag. Douglas Mungham said, Steve, you show us that it takes a lot to produce a piece and live broadcast. Keep going, mate. And how to do funnels. No, that's what I said, that, not Douglas.
I will
Ruby
keep going.
said, I've been turning close on 40 years and I'm still learning. Tools, materials and techniques are changing. Steve Scott, all of these lives are brilliant for me as a beginner. Cheers, Steve. Worth the effort.
Well, as long as you guys enjoy it.
Doug Miller, hashtag flowers for Nikki.
Right.
Pete, just
Okay.
Pete said, not a newbie to turn and been doing it for ages, but new to watching YouTube, and it's a great source of ideas and seeing tools I may not own yet.
Smiley bowl.
Keith said that most of the videos leave out the oops moment, which is what most want to see so they can avoid them.
Yeah, I do put a few in.
Ruby says that's a beautiful bowl. Barry said it still has a shining bottle. Paul Lockwood said the reason I don't do lives is because I wouldn't be making a lot in an hour.
Do it over several, mate. Do an hour, then come back and finish it off like I did the other
Smiley
week.
bomb.
I mean, the piece I finished the other week, although I did finish off Thursday, we did that over 2 lives.
Mark put beautiful Steve. Bowl's nice too.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Annie.
Robert and I put wait a minute. Mike Hughes said looks great, Steve. Thanks to you and Nikki. Robert and I said if people like your good selves make the effort to entertain us with your demos, then as far as I'm concerned, you deserve a thumbs up every time. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Thank you, Robert.
TJ Turner said, let's be honest, Steve, when it comes to your live, we don't give a damn about the turn and we just like Nikki talking to us. Rob CP, awesome work, Steve.
Thank you.
Hodgepodge said, I may go live later on today at some point, but will mainly be a test. Still waiting on some cable extensions for 2 webcams and a mic adapter thingy.
Thank you.
Circular Wood by Keith, great work again, Steve.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Looks Spinning Wood Dodger looks fantastic, Steve. Thanks to you and Nikki for the demo. Barry meant bottom. Mike Do said, nice job, Steve.
Thank you very much. So there we go. All done. I know we've got a little bit of... I quite like that, actually. It's a bit of character in there. That's a bit... We've got a little bit of tear out in there where it's been a bit pucky. But actually, I quite like that. It's a bit of character in it.
Got a newbie in.
Have we?
Called Jolene K. I'm new and it takes hours to turn a bowl. I'm impressed watching the turners on YouTube and all the helpful info given.
Welcome, Jolene. And if you ever need any advice, then just message any of us and I'm sure we will be willing to help you where we can. So I don't know if all you guys, or I don't know who was in on Thursday. So if you didn't see the piece we finished Thursday, we started it last Sunday and we finished it Thursday, and here it is. I've given it another polish up because I wasn't 100% happy how shiny it was. So I've given this, the resin, another polish now, so it's really, really, I don't know if I can get a reflection on it to see it. There you go. It's really shiny now, really nice. Come out really nice. I really like that. So yeah, this will be making its way to the Gentleman Woodturner on Tuesday when the post office opens, as a gift from me to him, because I love him. He's my friend.
Well, he did say he still can't believe you woke him up this morning with a good morning, honey text. Lol.
Well, you know, Mark, I love you.
Door 60, nice job, Steve.
Thank you very
Douglas
much.
Mungham, real great piece.
Thank you.
Cotton Wood Ridgely, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Ian
Beautiful.
Leonard, that looks really nice, Steve. Thanks again to you and Nikki for a fantastic live again. TJ Turner, great bowl, Steve. Benjamin, no, that's a different thing. Barry's Wood Turner, lovely, Steve. Brent, welcome, Jolene. Welcome, JK, welcome, JK. Ben, he will be there, but I think he will keep quiet. Oh, something about a beaver. Hodgepodge. How
Yes,
will
that's
a
Harry.
live work with the beaver?
That's Harry. Harry's Hodgepodge's beaver.
Okay.
You need to see it to know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's get this on a main camera so we can see what we're looking at. So there we go. Nice pretty bowl. That is, I'm going to measure it because if not, everybody will be asking me how big it is. It is. This is in real inches. 7¼ inches across by 3½ inches deep. It's a piece of cherry that I
You
was
should
given.
call it your smiley bowl.
A smiley bowl. It's a piece of cherry that was given to me by Scott the Blue Light Turner when I went down there not so long ago to get some blanks from Keith. He gave me a lump of cherry, and there's a few splits in it, but we managed to find a good piece, and it's a real pretty piece, to be honest. Real pretty piece of wood. Just shame about the puckiness in it, but that is the character of the wood, isn't it? At the end of the day, however we turn it, it will be the natural look as it wants to be. Would have been ashamed to colour that, to be perfectly honest, so I'm really pleased we didn't. So I'm happy with that. I like it. I like it. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. Don't forget, today we have Martin Sabier Smith and Mike Walt coming on at 7 p.m. tonight to do a side-by-side live, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if Mark can find a link for it. If not, I'll try and find it. I did share it this morning no, was it this morning or yesterday on Facebook? I can't remember. So is Mark still in the chat? Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Of course he is.
If Mark can find a link, he'll stick the link in for me.
I'll let you read all the nice comments.
All the nice, what we got and where we going from. Still really moved by the generous Steve and Nicky. Mark, you haven't got to be moved at all, mate. We're friends. That's what friends do. Really nice things to do. That's not a problem, Colin. You know, at the end of the day, we like to share, don't we? Paul Smith, very well done, mate. That's what she said. Florida bearded fisherman. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but thank you very much. What we got? Nick Castle, nice
Ain't got
piece
no
of great
name
demo.
for them.
Who? Florida bearded fisherman.
Yeah.
If you can put your name in, please, sir, and then we know who you are, if you don't mind, that is. So Nick Castle, nice piece and great demo. Thank you, Nick. Dr. Bob, a gallery bowl. Thank you, Robert. That's very kind of you. Brent, thank you very much, Brent. Hodgepodge has got a premiere at 6 o'clock tonight. So we'll see if we can find that and stick the link for that in. If not, go over to Hodgepodge's channel. I'm sure that'll be on his channel. Benjamin, are you cutting onions again, Mark? Bless him. Mike has helped me so much. Yeah, Mike is a good guy.
Keith said he might be doing some live, so just keep.
Yeah, he's going to do a pop-up one in the week, I think.
Yeah.
I know Keith should be on Tuesday afternoon, so whether he'll do one or not, I don't know, but keep an eye out for that, guys.
Thanks, Florida bearded fisherman. His name's Brian.
Oh, hello, Brian. Thanks for coming over, sir. IDR, Ian, thank you very much, sir. Right, so I don't know if Mark can find it. Let me see if I can find a link for Hodgepodge while Mark's doing the other one. It's always nice to try and share other people's lives, because this is what the community is all about. The community is all about helping others, moving others. You know, trying to promote other people as well. because we all start from the bottom. So, right, this is Hodgepodge's. This is Hodgepodge's live. Oh, no, sorry, it's premiere today. Let me just see what time it said. 6 p.m. So, a Harry Spartan helmet. Sounds intriguing. So, I don't know whether Martin's is on his channel or whether it's on Mike's channel. Here we go.
Mark's put one on. Have you seen it?
Is that Martin's and...
I don't know, because I don't know. I ain't got a clue. My girl's gonna be.
I think that might be the one I've just found, to be honest. Yeah, that's the right. Well done, Mark. Thank you very much, sir. So there is Martin and Mike Waltz side by side live tonight. 7 p.m. it starts. So make sure you make sure you go over and check Martin and Mike up, mate. You're not going to get two better turners side by side than Mark and Martin. And speaking of Martin, on the 8th of January, my Friday Night Live, I have the honour of having Martin Sabian Smith on as a guest airworm. So he's agreed to come on. As far as I know, everything's still go, but I will confirm that obviously when we put the link up. So that'd be nice to have Martin over as a live airworm. Obviously, I'm sure he don't mind answering a few questions. So that will be very interesting to see what comes out of that. It'd be an honour to have him on, same as it was for Stuart and all the other guest airworms we've had on. So that is a new feature I'm trying to bring into the channel this year. I'm trying once a month to find a special guest airworm to come in, and they're not necessarily going to be experienced turners, but they're going to be a turner, whether it be a newbie, whether it be someone who's been doing it for many years, an RPT or whatever. But we want to try and bring a little bit more interaction into the channel so that we can have you guys asking questions and it helps them as well as you. So that's the idea. So like I say, once a month, I'm trying to get in a special guest airworm. We've had Stuart Farini on, we had Robbo Robson on, we've got Martin on the 8th. I'm also in the process of asking a couple of newbies to come on as well to obviously help them out. So there's going to be a little bit of interaction there as well. So hopefully it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get a little bit of interaction in. So you're not just watching me. Well, you obviously will be watching me, but there'll be some nice people to interact with to help others, which is what I'm looking for. So be good.
Jolene has got a question. Jolene has a question for you. She says she's got some cracked apple wood blanks. Would the super glue work better than resin?
Depends how big the crack is, Jolene. If the wood is dry and the cracks are big, then I would go for a coloured resin rather than super glue, because super glue is just clear, and when you put the activator on, it can go whitey. So if the cracks are big enough, then yes. If there are any narrow cracks like the piece I have here, if I can find it. Oh, this piece I think it is. If there are only small cracks like that, then obviously super glue is perfectly ample for that. Like that, then super glue is perfectly ample for that. But obviously big.
Pete said you also had a special guest, Nikki.
Yeah, I did. My special guest on is every Sunday. So yeah.
Rob
So
CP said he wouldn't be allowed on here because he's got bad language.
who said?
Rob CP.
You're allowed to come on as long as you don't swear, Rob. But I mean, like I say, it's not just experienced turners. I want everybody to come in and have a. It's about interaction. That's all it's about. So I'm trying to do it. So there'll be one Friday of the month where it's my Friday Night Live. Then we'll have a battle of makers. Then we'll have a special guest, and then there'll be like two weeks of me turning. Then we'll have a battle of makers and special guest there, and that's what I'm aiming for. So it's not just me all the time. So it interacts. That's the idea. Right then, I think we've been
Dixie's
on.
shed has popped on. He said sorry he's late.
No, not a problem, mate.
Just managed to get some time to himself.
We know you're a busy man. We know you got a small family, so any time
Small,
is
young,
welcome.
you mean?
Young family, yeah. So any time is you are welcome. So I think if that's it, we're going to knock it on the head.
I'm going to have my afternoon nap now. Okay.
Right, Em.
No, that's you. Thank you everyone for popping over, and
So I will be
hope to
back.
see you in the week.
Yeah, I will be back. I'll most probably be on one of the lives through the week. But I'll be doing a lunchtime live Thursday, New Year's Eve. Don't know what I'm doing yet, but we will be doing I'll only be a short one. I might even just do a Q&A or a workshop tour. I don't know yet. I ain't sure.
Pete just said, Steve, Rob in a ball gag is the only way to stop the swearing and not necessarily the image you want.
Oh dear. So I'll be back Thursday, lunchtime. Obviously, won't be doing one Friday because it's New Year's Day. Mind you, I don't really suppose that really matters, but we'll look into that, see what happens. Other than that, we'll be back on Sunday.
You won't
Don't
be
think
drunk, will you? Because you
I don't
don't
really.
drink, so you'll be hanging.
So obviously we've got Martin and Mike today. We've got Hodgepodge's premiere at 6. I don't think Stuart's on this week. So we've got Makers Podcast International at 9. JP, then Caitlin. Then we're back at tomorrow dinner time with Wayne and Mark in the evening. So I may see you on Mark's live if he allows me on after I keep calling him honey. So
And you keep making him cry.
so anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming over. So glad you enjoy it. Sorry about my rant. Well, it wasn't a rant. Sorry about what I said, but it's the way I feel. It's the way I feel. So anyway, guys, we'll speak to you later on the next live. So take care. Have a great rest of your week, whether you're on holiday or at work. Have a great holiday. Speak to you soon. Take care. And bye for now. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
That's all, folks.